Hello, everybody. It's Cindy here. I'm actually here, and I think this time around, um, I think I might be okay. Although I just got another message on Ecamm. So, fingers crossed this works. If you're jumping on, say hello so that I know you're here. So I do have my new internet hooked up. It was pretty much a whole afternoon getting both locations set up and a lot of money. Ooh. But hopefully this works really, really well. So you are going to be my testing environment to make sure that this is working. So I'm looking for some input and some feedback as I go through my video tonight. So please let me know. Hello, Paula. Let me know how this is working on your end. If it's choppy, that kind of thing. I did get a message from Ecamm saying that the quality's been lowered, which is odd because when I did a speed test, here's a little bit of tidbit for you as I see people hopping on. My old internet, I could only get about 2 megabytes per minute. And I just did a speed test with my new internet and it said 101 megabytes. So significant difference. So I'm really, really hoping that this works for us. So please, throughout my video, please comment and say how it's going. I'm coming in loud and clear. This makes me so happy. Honestly, I thought I was going to kiss the two men that came to install the internet because I was literally on the verge of tears when they started explaining things to me and that kind of thing. And they did explain to me that, hello, Linda, that here at the studio, it was facing a tree, which would have been causing a lot of conflict, but it wasn't up high enough. And at home, it's on our aerial tower, and it wasn't far high enough, but it was also facing our chimney. So, not sure why it worked for as long as it did, but he did explain to me, this nice gentleman, how a lot of these internet providers oversell. And so they just keep taking on more and more business, but they can't actually support the business that they have, which is really unfortunate. So anyway, I'm super happy this is working. So let's get started. And I know some of you guys are coming to, sorry, I'm just trying to put my stuff back on here. I know some of you are coming to my BOGO event coming up this Sunday. And I have to tell you, Maya has been working feverishly getting things ready. But when you come to my BOGO sale, I want to make sure that you pick up one of these. And if I forget to give you one, please be sure to grab one. They are on Viola. So those of you that have come to my studio, you know that Viola is our antique buffet that sits in the kitchen area. So this is on Viola, and it is my class list for July, and it's double-sided. Okay, so a couple things I want to point out. Tonight, this is tonight, and I'm going to be doing that Fun Fold class. I do still have 5 spaces for Fun Fold class this month. It's July 18th, and it's from 7 until 9. And then Love It, Chop It. This month, I've chose Countryside in paper. I know some of you are not fans, but I'm telling you, once you see this paper in use, you will love it, okay? So, hope you can join me for that. This one is one that Maya is working on feverishly right now as we speak. It's my kit together night. So what I've actually done is I have created, based on some information I received from other demonstrators, each of the kits, not all of them, but I picked 9 kits, and we've actually put some on display for you to see when you get here for the BOGO sale. So you can actually see the kits before you come to our kit together night. And this is just really, guys, it's going to be a casual crafting night. Maya's doing up a charcuterie board for us. She's making us some sweets. There'll be some drinks, non-alcoholic, pop, water, that kind of thing. But it's just gonna be a really fun night to kind of get together and just sit and create. And then the last one is our Cheerful Daisy class. And I've made 1 card so far for it. And oh my gosh, this one's gonna be over the top. These are not going to be plain Jane cards, okay? So if you don't want plain Jane cards, this is the class you need to be at. Okay, so make sure you pick this up when you come to the BOGO sale. All right, let's get started. Maya has been like working her tail off, and honestly, she has cleared out so much stuff for me. And honestly, I could never have got that work done on my own. So I'm very, very grateful to her. So if you come to the BOGO sale, be sure to thank her for all of her hard work. I'm paying her, but you guys can all thank her. Hello, Marlon. Okay, so I'm having a very bad breathing night tonight, so I might sound like I'm very winded. I am. Weather is not good for me, and inhalers don't seem to be working right now. So if I sound like I just ran a marathon, I probably am truthfully sounding like that. All right, there's something on my screen that I'm trying to get off. Okay, all right, so what we're going to start with is a piece of just basic white thick cardstock. So I get a lot of questions about what would you use as a card base. And honestly, the thick, if you're doing a white card base, the thick or very vanilla is what I would definitely use. It is a little bit thicker than a regular cardstock, and it's great for standing your cards up, okay? It just gives a little bit more support. So I'm using my bone folder, my loved bone folder, and I'm just going to crease that, okay? And I am bringing in this paper. Now this, honestly, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be blunt honest with you. This is, I don't even know the name of this paper, honestly, because my book is not near me. But this is this paper that is very, to me, very loud and very colorful. Okay, it's nice, but it's just not my style. So I ordered it for the paper share, and I had half a package of it left. For this card, I really wanted something that was really bright and colorful. So I decided to pull this out, and I was going to use this side. And then I flipped it over and went, oh, that's really pretty. So I decided to use this side of the card. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm just going to glue this down. So remember, as I'm creating these cards tonight, everybody, that you can receive all the card bits to make these cards yourself. I will send them to you. Once you place a $45 order before shipping, handling, and tax, if you use the hostess code that's on the screen. And you have until Sunday, next Sunday, at midnight to do that, okay? But I need you to use the hostess code so that I know that you've placed your order, okay? If you place an order of $60 or more, I am actually also going to throw in a package of embellishments that if I could find them right this second, I would show them to you. They're these ones right here. These are my absolute favorite right now. They are called, hang on, let me see if you guys can see. See, they're black, gold, white. These are called Adhesive Back Sparkled Gems. They're incredible. So I will throw that in as a thank you gift if your order is over $60, okay? So one of the great things about doing a BOGO sale is that you go through all of your product and you go through things that you might have forgot you had. And you kind of do the, oh, I haven't used that before, or oh, I haven't used that in a while. So this is the case for this. So this is the Aspen dies. And I'm going to be honest, I did not order the stamp set that coordinates with this because it did not really speak to me. Whoops, I'm throwing things around. This is one that has not been put onto a magnetic sheet as of yet. It will be shortly, but not in time for the video. So what comes in this die set, I'm telling you, you've probably overlooked this because I did. Okay, I'm not going to bother with that. So there is this tree branch. There's these incredible trees that I'm using tonight. There's these leaves that I'm using tonight, and these actually cut and emboss. And then this goes with the bird that coordinates with the set, and then I think these are like flowers or something. So I did not care for the bird, so I didn't order it, but I love the aspen trees, and I actually loved the leaves. So I did order the dies. I don't do that very often, but from time to time I will do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue down. I think I actually popped this up on my original card. But anyway, I'm going to glue this down. So this die is one of those ones that as soon as I saw it, I loved it. But honestly, I hadn't had time to play with it as of yet. So this is now my opportunity. Okay, so I'm just gluing that down. So take a look at the dies. You might love the stamp set that coordinates with this. I just didn't. It just didn't speak to me. All right, so then I decided to take, and I have to grab it because I have to get the name. I'm getting a message up on my screen. What's it say? No, I don't want to start. Okay, so I ordered this paper pack for my team meeting. It's called Texture 12 by 12 Shimmer Paper. And I also ordered this. So remember I said those leaves cut and embossed? And then this is from one of the other specialty papers, and it's Berry Burst. I don't know if you can see that, but it's so shimmery. So shimmery. Okay, it's beautiful. And honestly, you're going to love this set. I'm telling you, it is beautiful. Excuse me, beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dimensionals, and I'm going to actually pull this here, and then I'm going to put this leaf here, and then I'm going to put another small leaf here, and then I'm going to put this leaf here. Okay, but I'm going to put those on dimensionals because I just dropped my whole pack of paper. So I'm working on a very tight space here. I'm going to use my crappy scissors to cut my dimensionals because I don't want glue on my good scissors. So FYI, always use the edge of your dimensionals because those are also just as good as the center of your dimensionals. And those of you that know me know I like to use every little bit that I can. For my team meeting, oh goody, yes, for my team meeting. So those of you that are part of my team, every month we do up, I've just got back to doing it because life happened. We're doing up some projects. So this month we're doing, I think there's 5. I think that's what we decided, Anne, was it not? 5 projects that we're doing, and they're all similar, but very different, and so much fun. So you will get to see this paper firsthand, and it's gorgeous. It's like has a little shimmer, but not a lot of shimmer. Sorry, I'm just gonna, no, I'm not gonna lift that. I was gonna lift that, but I guess I'm not gonna lift that. Okay, so that's what I want. And then, isn't this pretty? So now I want to take a stamp set. Here's another one that I think everybody is like, I don't know about this one. I'm telling you, this is an incredible set. I gravitated to the set. I don't know why, but I did. And I'm going to use this with gratitude. And this paper here is Berry Burst, okay? So I am going to use Berry Burst. I just ordered this ink pad. This whole InkColor collection that I had, that used to be InkColors, have vanished on me. I have no idea what I did with them. So I reordered this. So if you're new to getting ink pads, I've shown this before. I'm going to show it again because I have one. When you get your ink pads, it comes with English and, I don't know, some other countries, some other languages. So I'm going to actually lift this where this arrow is, and I'm going to pull out the English version. I usually do this much more elegantly than this. Okay, and then I am actually going to just place this. My words are not coming to me tonight, friends. Right there. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could actually take one of those extra stickers and put it in the track here so that when your ink pad is opened, you can actually see what color it is that you're using. Okay, there's a little tidbit for you. Okay, so I'm going to use with gratitude. If I can find it. Oh, you know what? I think all my cleaning supplies are out in the living room. That's okay. We'll make do. So this ink pad's very, very juicy. Okay. So I'm using my silicone mat because I found those two while I was cleaning off my desk. Okay. And I'm going to close up my ink pad so I don't put my fingers in my ink pad. You know what? I can use my good scissors for this. I can use my good scissors. All right. So this is just a piece of scrap that I had from leftover paper. I'm going to cut that on an angle and cut that on an angle. I am going to use my dimensionals right here. Now, I have to tell you a little tidbit of a secret. I wanted a bow. And I realized I did not have any Berry Burst ink. Or sorry, ribbon. So I actually did use, and I think I threw out the rest that I had. I actually did use the In Color. If I can get this opened. My fingers are not working today. Maya and I have been here all afternoon working. She's been working me like a slave, actually. No, she hasn't. Okay. I don't normally fight with this as much as I do, but maybe I'm just so flustered because my internet's actually working. Maybe I should not jinx myself. All right, here we go. So I actually used, what is this one? This one is Sweet Sorbet. So it's not an exact match by any means, but it works, okay? So, and I wanted something blingy to match the bling that I already had, right? So, because it's Berry Burst, oh my gosh, it's really super hot in here. I have the door closed because Maya's out there working. Okay, so if you join me on a regular basis, you know that I do bows huge, and then I cut them down because I can't feel my fingers, right? Well, that was a little bit excessive, but nonetheless, okay? And then I'm just going to put a little glue dot there. I think Maya took all my glue dots, actually, because she is working with my paper racks. She did. She took all of my glue dots. Okay, so let's just use your imagination for a second and pretend that that's there. Okay, so what do you think of that card? Is it cute? Is the light too bright? Is that better? What do you think? So this is not a traditional card that I would normally do. Not even colors that I would normally use. But I love this embossing folder. Absolutely, I love it. And this paper, I'm telling you, you've probably overlooked it in the book because it's in the specialty papers. And they only come like 2 to a pack. And it's not very well displayed, if I have to be honest with you. So I ordered some of the specialty papers just so that I could actually get my hands on them and see them. And I fell in love with this, okay? So hopefully you love that as well. I am going to clean off my stamp like a good demonstrator does. Okay, any questions so far? Is the internet holding up or is it slow? I'd love to hear some feedback. If anybody has any, is it working? Is it choppy? Am I going too fast? Okay, put that one away. The last comment I see is hi Cindy, and it's his Facebook user, so I have no idea who that would be. So I don't know if there's more comments coming in that I'm not seeing. That's always possible too. Oh, you know what I forgot to do on this one? I forgot to put my gems on. I gotta bring this one back. That was silly. I forgot to put my bling on. So while I put my bling on, Working perfect. It's working great. Smooth sailing. Oh my gosh, I think I'm going to cry. Truthfully. You guys have really no idea how frustrating it has been. My poor husband. Oh my Lord. I think he didn't care the cost at a certain point because he was just like anything to shut her up. Okay. So pretend my bow is here. Okay. Pretty. Yes, I love it. Okay. So that's number one. So don't forget, you can get all the parts to these cards with a $45 order before midnight Saturday or Sunday. Okay. All right. Now, the next one, oh my Lanta. The next one, if you watched my video last week, you're going to know that I have fallen in love with a die set that came on a recommendation from a customer who said, oh, you have to order it. You're going to love it. And I was like, yeah, it looks nice, but I don't know if I would use it. Oh my goodness, was I ever wrong. Wrong. Okay, so which one am I talking about? Grassy Grove. Grassy Grove, friends, I'm telling you, it's the most overlooked stamp set in the catalog. It has to be. It has the most incredible dies. So thank you, Lynn, for suggesting I get this set because it's truly my favorite set right now. These trees I'm going to use in a second. The deer, these trees, the bushes. It's oh my. Oh my. That's all I can say is oh my. Okay, so let's look at the card. So I've done all the die cutting ahead of time because I wasn't sure how this was going to go. So this is what the die looks like when it's cut out. You see that? So it's like this. So what I'm going to do with this card actually is I've got a piece of white that's a little bit smaller, and I'm actually going to go the opposite direction here. Okay. It's honestly, Linda, isn't it fantastic? So I did use this die last week, if you were watching. So I've got a piece of scrap paper here that I've been using. And so what I'm going to use is I'm actually going to come in with our blending brushes. Okay. I love using our blending brushes. They do take a little bit of getting used to. So if you're not comfortable with them, like just practice. But I'm just going to tap and I'm just going to, in a circular motion. So you should start off the page because if you don't start off the page, what happens, this is where scrap piece of paper is really super helpful. What happens is that you end up actually getting like a blob, which that's probably one of the reasons why you don't like this, the blending brushes, is because that technique of getting it not the blob can be very challenging for some people. So, but once you get the hang of it, I promise you, these blending brushes, you're going to want them all. Okay? So I actually opened up my drawer and I found, don't tell Maya, I found a very large amount of the large blending brushes because I think when they were first came out, they were on back order or something. So anyway, I stocked up on them. Okay, so this one is Daffodil Delight, is what I was using there. And then I'm going to come in with some crushed curry, which is darker, or brighter. I don't know whichever way you want to think of it. And I'm just going to kind of, do you see that blabber? Blabber. Now I'm making up my own words. I'm so stinking excited that I'm making up my own words. Did you see the mistake that I made there? Okay, so I'm going to leave it at this for right now because I can always come back and add more. Okay, so there's my crushed curry. Then I'm going to come in with pumpkin pie. Hello from Connecticut. Thanks for joining us. Carol from Connecticut, nice to join us. Thank you. So I'm just using the blending brushes, and you see this here. I did not want that. Totally what I did not want, but it's okay because I'm going to end up being able to fix this as I go. because this is just the first, oh, see, I did it again. I'm talking and not focusing, friends. I can't do two things at once, apparently. I can always go back and add more color and different colors. So you probably guessed from this one, it's going to be a sunset. But you can do this in any colors. So that was pumpkin pie I just used. Now I'm going to use a little bit of Calypso Coral. And I'm not even going to change my brush. Like, that's kind of how I roll. Right? You're supposed to, well, they encourage you. I'm frugal. So guess what? I don't always follow what they ask. Okay. So I did get this card off Pinterest. I'm not going to tell you guys this was my original design because it was not. And I don't think that's fair to tell you that. So ask me who it was. I can't tell you right now. I'm so sorry. I can look it up for you because I have it pinned. Okay, Calypso Coral. And then I'm going to come in with Cajun Craze. So Cajun Craze, I'm actually just going to kind of go around the edges. Okay. So this card does take a little bit more time than the other cards that I show, but I think this one's so fun. I love using my blending brushes. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my Daffodil Delight again, but this time, let me put my blending brush back. This time I'm going to use my finger dabber. So finger dabbers kind of work the same, but not. So you kind of get the same effect, but not, okay? There's a spot for both, okay? So I'm going to stop right there. Can you guys see that okay, or is the light kind of being poopy? I hope you can see this. I will take pictures of all these when we're done, but so I have my yellow here, I have my orange here, okay? So I am now going to take my card base. Are you still with me? I hope so. I hope so. So I am using the green Tombow because Maya has my my tear and tape. And so I'm putting this on the inside. Okay? Now, like I mentioned earlier, this is a smidge smaller, right? Because it's layered. But this one actually opens the opposite direction. So this is what it's going to look like on the front. I hope you can see how beautiful this is because it's incredible. We're not done yet though. So we're going to open this up like this and like this. Okay? So I have gone ahead and I have die cut 2 of the deer. Okay? Because I wanted to get all the die cutting done in case the video pooched out on me again. Because you never know. Can you see how beautiful this is? I hope you can see how incredible the colors are. I will take pictures. So I'm going to actually close this up to glue these guys down because I want to make sure that I'm putting them in the right spot. So, breathing is a struggle today, friends. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's my first little deer. Isn't he adorable? So, we have a deer I have named Trinity, living beside our house. Trinity has 2 little babies. And one of the babies thought last night it might be fun to almost jump out at me as I was coming home from the studio. I screamed, and luckily I saw the eyes as she ran the other way. So, she's adorable, this baby, but really, come on. Okay, so, you see this? Do you love this? Do you love this? Okay, now, let's just do a little bit extra here. I'm going to show you the original card that I made too. I'm going to use the trees. Because we have to, oh, all my blocks are out in the living room. Oh, shoot. Trying to be all ready for my class on Wednesday. So don't forget, you can get all these card pieces free. Okay, I will send you everything you need. I can't stamp anything for you, but I can send you the bits with a $45 order before shipping, handling, and taxes. And if you spend $60 or more, I will send you my favorite adhesive back gems. Okay, so don't forget. You have to use a hostess code though. All right, so let's open this up. Let's hope I don't drop this. I was stamping this morning and I dropped my stamp right on my cardstock. Okay, my stamp is actually stuck to my arm. Okay. Okay, so there's my trees. Now, is this still working? Please let me know if this is not working anymore. Then I will start to cry. I won't cry. I might cry. Who am I kidding? I would totally cry if this stopped working on me. Thinking we finally have this all figured out. These two gentlemen were so amazing. Actually, the one, Maya and I were working here in the stamp room cleaning out product for the BOGO sale. And the gentlemen were working just outside the window. And I said to Maya, "Oh wow, they're already drilling." And she goes, "Really? Thank you, Carol." And turns out that they went to go take down the old dish or use the same bracket, and it was full of hornets. And what I could hear that I thought was a drill were actually hornets. There was that many of them. So these poor men. Sometimes you need to know someone really cares. Watching me from Peace River? Well, that's awesome. Awesome. Good. I'm glad to hear this is working. So here is the card. Okay. Now I could put a sentiment in here as well if I wanted, like just so you wouldn't see it through the trees, but I just thought it would just leave it nice and plain. And then this is what we have on the inside. So I'm going to show you the original card that I made because it actually turned out a lot more vibrant. So maybe you can see it on camera a little bit better. So this is the first card that I made. And I don't know if you can see the colors on this. Much, much more vibrant. I just added more, that's all. And then the same concept. Okay, so that's card number 2. So I'm going to just take a quick second and clean my stamps because that is super duper important. And I need the blocks for our next card. So I have one more card for you. So I really hope you guys are enjoying these cards tonight. I really stepped up the cards tonight because I thought, you know what? These poor people have been so good to me over the last 8 to 9 months. They deserve it. All right, this is my last card. And I hope I have the stamp set here. Yes, I do. Okay, so here's one here. It's called Quiet Metal. Okay, it's an old one. It's been around for a while. I actually thought it was retired, to be quite honest. And then I realized, nope, it's not retired. Yeah, okay, I have everything here. All right, so this one I'm using Very Vanilla. Okay, so Very Vanilla, I'm using the thick, I've lost my bone folder, here it is. I'm using the thick Very Vanilla, again, because it's the base. So it just is a little bit thicker and sturdier than our regular Very Vanilla, okay? I am using Pecan Pie. Love this color. It's one of our new core colors. So it's not an in color. I get asked that all the time and I always have to stop to think. It is not. It is actually one of our core colors, which means it's a permanent color. It does not have the 2-year lifespan as our in colors that are here just as a 2-year cycle. Okay, so you can now purchase this. And if you have been to my classes, you have heard me say this on more than one occasion. I love how this color refresh worked out this time around. I look at all my papers because I have them on a rack, and I look at all of them and they just coordinate so incredibly beautiful together that there's not a color that you think, well, that one just does not belong in there. Whereas in the past, sometimes I felt like there was a few that were like, I don't know about that, right? Okay, so let's get started. I am going to use 3 colors for this one, I think. All right, so I'm going to start with my crumb cake. My crumb cake is used a lot. It's very faint, but that's okay, because in this case, this is exactly what I want. Okay, so I'm going to use, I think these are actually supposed to go one way or the other. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use the words, which is this part right here. If you can see that, I don't know. Okay. And I'm going to use crumb cake, and I'm going to do something that anybody who knows me will laugh at. It's called random. I don't do random. I don't know how to do random. I'm a very balanced person, so I can't do random. Does anybody else have that problem? I'm very strategic. See, like this is what I mean. Very strategic. I cannot do random to save my life, but I try. 17 years later, I still can't do random. That's okay. You guys love me for it anyway. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this. Oh, I should probably put my cap on my glue. That's kind of important. Okay, I'm going to use this flower. Oh, breathe. Sorry, I'm having a tough time breathing tonight. Pecan pie. So now I'm going to come in with pecan pie. Okay. And I am going to use pecan pie in this flower. I can't do random either. See, I'm so excited to hear that I'm not the only person. Okay, you see how incredibly stunning? I see somebody says, hi, cuz. I'm not sure who hi, cuz is. I'm assuming one of my cousins, but I'm not sure which one. Okay, now, this is very dark, like initially, but it's not once it dries. This is probably my favorite card, I'm not gonna lie. So, you can get these free. I'm gonna send you all the parts. I can't do the stamping. So if you have the stamp set, you can do this card. If you don't have the stamp set, you can do something similar, or you could order the stamps to do this card. Okay? If you want. You don't have to. There's lots of other alternatives you can do for this one. Okay, I said early espresso. I totally lied on that. We are not using early espresso. We're going to go out of the box, and we're going to use Pebbled Path. Okay? How do I get it so you see my name again? You have to give Ecamm access, and that is at the top of my group. I'm pretty sure, and also on my page, it will say grant Ecamm access, and then it will allow me to see your name when you post. Okay? Otherwise, on my end, all I see right now, excuse me, is Facebook user. Until I log into Facebook, then I can see who commented, but until then, I cannot. Okay, so I'm using the splatter and Pebbled Path. So if you are not familiar with Pebbled Path, oh my gosh, this is a must-have. Hello, Sue. This is a must-have color. It is, again, one of our new colors, our new core colors, and it's incredible. It looks kind of like grayish brown. I don't know what you would call this. I don't know, but it's lovely, like absolutely lovely. I use it a lot, actually. If you come to my classes, you'll notice that. Okay, so do we love this? Okay. All right, so that's it for my stamping part of it. Now let's get down to the fun part. Oh, that's not it for my stamping. I do have to do a sentiment, but okay. So this looks like a little bit of a hot mess, but that's okay. I have gone ahead and I have die cut. Excuse me, breathing is again struggle. This is pecan pie that I have cut, pre-cut pecan pie. And then I use crumb cake for this one here. Okay, do we love it so far? Oh, I do too. It's incredible. Absolutely. I love this color combination. It's just way too much for me. Okay, then I actually die cut the label out of this set as well, which is stitched. Okay. And I cut out this beautiful butterfly that is very lightly embossed. You cannot see this on camera. I don't expect you to see it on camera, but it's beautiful. So what I'm going to do first, before I do much more, is I'm going to glue this down. Now, if I was very smart, which not today, I would have actually run these through my adhesive sheets. And I love adhesive sheets. However, I don't ever remember to use them until I'm like here at this point that I'm like, oh, I should have run it through the adhesive sheets. So if you're not familiar with adhesive sheets, this would basically make this an entire sticker, which is so much fun. So you're not messing around with piddly glue, right? Because if you're like me, you get glue all over your fingers. Because I am a sloppy stamper. Yep, what you see is what you get from me. I lose things, I mess things up. Yep, 17 years later and I'm still doing all those things. So don't be hard on yourself as you create and you go, oh, I messed that up. No, it's okay. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to kind of angle this one a little bit. Now, I did put these flat, yes. I get asked that a lot. Okay, so now, let me close up my glue for a second because I don't want to dry it. I am going to use Thinking of You. I don't know why. I send very few Thinking of You cards out, but I'm going to bring back pecan pie. Doesn't that sound delicious? I love pecan pie. Hello, Bev. Okay, so Thinking of You. I'm going to go straight down and lift. Okay. Cleaning my stamp. Always clean your stamps. Always close up your ink pad so you don't end up with your fingers in them. Don't ask me how I know that. Might be from experience. I might deny it. Okay, so now, what do I need? I need something that would resemble dimensionals, which I had a whole bunch here on my desk a second ago. They've run away. So we'll just grab another one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to grab my Kaka scissors because I don't like using my good Stampin' Up! Scissors to cut my dimensionals. So I know you all have this. You all have scissors that you use for certain things. So my Stampin' Up! Scissors do not cut glue or sticky things. They just do not do that because I will not allow it. Okay, so I'm going to put this Thinking of You right here. Oh, poopies. Wait, I'm going to lift that for a second. Hang on. I messed up. You wouldn't know that I messed up, but I know that I messed up. Hang on. I have a very important step that I want to do. Okay. I'm going to open up a new package of Stampin' Seal. No, not Stampin' Seal. Tear and tape. Okay. So if you come to the studio, did it stop working or is it you? I don't know. Has it stopped working? Does anybody else out there? Let me know. I hope not. It says it's still working on my end. Anybody? Working for me. Okay. Okay, that made me like almost stop breathing, and I'm already having a bad breathing night. Okay, so what I did here, I said I had a boo-boo. I'm going to put some tear and tape there. I'm going to lift off this tear and tape. Easier said than done. Okay, lift off my tear and tape. Okay, this is linen thread. You see me use linen thread all the time. Okay. Never tied points. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kind of just overlap those to make this kind of fun loop. Okay, I'm going to stick that down onto my tear and tape like this. Then now I'm going to take my dimensionals. I should have done the backing up sound because that was terrible. Stopped once, but it picked up again very quickly. Okay. Oh boy. Could be because mine is here too. I don't know. Okay, so I'm bringing back in my card. I'm going to place this here. And then see this little guy here? So cute. My little butterfly. So if I take my scissors, oh, sorry. I think I actually used mini dimensionals for this when I did it originally. So I'm using the scraps here. So I'm going to put this about there. I think I put that up higher than I wanted. Okay, but we're not done. Wait, we're not done. Don't leave just yet. We gotta bling her up and finish the card, right? Okay, so here's my other, this is probably my number one thing I tell people you have to have in your craft kit for embellishments is, excuse me, I'm very wheezy today, is standard iridescent rhinestones. And the reason I tell people that is because you can color these rhinestones with your blends. So you can make your rhinestones any color that you want them. Oh! Yes, I can do that. Here. How about that? Is that better? I can do that as we speak. So you can color these rhinestones to whatever color you want them to be, which is really cool. You can't do this with your Stampin' Write markers, but you can with your blends. Okay? So that's kind of pretty cool. So you don't have to buy all different colors of embellishments. You can just buy rhinestones and then color them whatever color you want. Right? So they come like this now. They were different before. So that's what we have. Okay? But hang on. Remember I told you if you place a $60 order, I'm going to send you these? Yeah, because I love these. So I know you can't see these very well on camera. And I know you do not know how amazingly beautiful these are, because they are, okay? I am going to cause Stampin' Up! To put these on back order. I can promise you, because I am using these things like no tomorrow. Okay, so this is a lot more embellishments than I would normally put on a card. I'm not going to lie to you. This one is blinged right out, I'm telling you. Okay, so I am going to, I can pop this up. Now when I say pop up, somebody said to me, I don't understand what you mean when you say pop up. I could use my dimensionals and raise this up. We were talking about this in class the other night, and we all seem to have different names for these. Somebody said they were called stilettos. What were the other names? Those of you that were in class the other night, remind me, my memory's not so good. The stiletto ones made me really giggle because I was like, okay. Okay, so look how beautiful this is, right? Okay, much more bling on this than I would ever normally put on a card, I know, but how could you resist? So we have the pecan pie with the early espresso butterfly, and then we have crumb cake, right? We have our linen thread. We are pulling in a little bit of the gold that comes from the pecan pie. So that is a pretty incredibly beautiful card, if you ask me. And I'm not trying to be biased or anything, but I just think it's gorgeous. Okay, here's the other card that we made tonight, right? So it opens like this, and then like this, right? Look how beautiful this is. Oh my gosh, I just love it. And then I'll show you my original card, because this one does not have the, my one I made tonight doesn't have the bow attached. I think I would have put gray and brown together normally, but it's pretty. They are totally my favorite set in the colors along with. Honestly, gray and brown, yeah, that actually would look really pretty too, Lindsay. I'm going to take pictures of these because I really feel like on camera, you guys don't see the actual like beautiness that is happening. But yeah, these are actually colors that, like the Pebbles Path, like it's kind of a weird color to put with the browns, but it works out really well. And then this one is Berry Burst, and this one's very blingy, very blingy. Okay, so simple cards. I wouldn't say these are extravagant cards. I would call these simple cards. Few steps. There's some die cutting, but really not complicated, right? So this one maybe took a little bit more time because it had more stamping to it. And this one maybe more time because it had the sponging, right, with the blends. But it's a really super great way to showcase the blends and how they work. So if you are interested in receiving these card pieces, you can do so by placing an order using the hostess code that's on my computer right now, because that is the July hostess code. And I will send you all the card pieces. I am not allowed to stamp anything for you. Okay, it is in breach of company Stampin' Up! Policy. Sorry, I just lost you. Here you are. A Stampin' Up! Policy for me to stamp anything for you. Okay, so I can't stamp any sentiments. I can't stamp any images. But I can send you the card bits, and I can die cut the leaves and the birch tree and that kind of thing for you. So anything that you do not have a stamp set for, you can just use whatever you have, right? Because you can just modify it to, I'm sure we have a few things in our cupboards that we could use, right? So, all right, I am super excited about the BOGO sale on Sunday. If you are coming, I can't wait to see you. If you have not RSVP'd yet, please do so, because Maya, love her to pieces, has decided that we need to do a make and take. So we are going to do a make and take on Sunday as well. So please let me know if you're coming for that, and so that she has enough food ready for everybody as well. So I said she's making charcuterie board, some sweets. I don't know what else she has planned. She's got it all worked out. So I may have to keep her out of school just so she can work with me full time. So Lindsay, do not worry if you whatever is left over. I'm thinking about, now that my internet is working, I'm actually thinking of doing an online BOGO as well. Okay, so I did get your RSVP, Sue, so don't worry, you're all set. So yes, so I'm planning on doing an online BOGO. It was not such a great experience last time, but I think we figured out a few kinks and some guidance and guide rules. Now I'm making up words. Some ground rules. Let's try that. So that everybody can participate. Okay. So yeah, so that is my plan, is whatever is left, I will, because I have way too much stuff. And even poor Maya has honestly 3 days of bringing stuff downstairs to the basement. She's like, Mom, where are you getting all this stuff from? Yes, and if anybody from Sarnia is coming, if you could reach out to Bev, she's just looking for a ride. So that would be great if somebody could help her out with that. I would really, really appreciate that. Okay. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff, lots of stamp sets, lots of paper, punches, dies. I don't even know what else. Embossing folders. There's quite a bit of stuff. So, all right. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all the comments. I absolutely appreciate it. And I am so excited I can get back to doing my videos properly without crying after I leave my video. So, yes, I was able to post all of my posts for the week yesterday morning, and it took me an hour. And normally it would take me 4 to 5 hours. So definitely an improvement on my end. So hopefully you guys see an improvement on your end as well. All right. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you all on Sunday. If not, if you have not RSVP'd, please do so. Even just send me a messenger. And I'll just put you on the list so that we know kind of who's coming, okay? Because we need to have stuff prepared. We have some things planned. Maya's got some things planned. So, all right. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We will chat to you soon, and have a great week. Bye.